How do I optimize my blogs for AI summaries?
You used to write content to be found in Google, so people would type in a keyword and you would hope that you would be found in a list of possible sites that would give the answer. And now with Google using Gemini to try to parse all that data and give you the answer real time, you really want to start formatting your blogs in almost an FAQ or answer type format. So you might, before, if you're writing a blog about the differences between breeds of horses, then you might just list all the horses and facts about each one. Now what you might do is create 5 to 10 questions within that blog article that could be something that is prompted in AI. So instead of just listing the breeds of horses, you could say, what breeds of horses generally produce a white mare, and which ones are the fastest runners, and Arabians are the fastest runners. And if you kind of create these factoids within it, then Gemini, Grok, GPT, they're going to see those as answers, pull them in, parse them, and then link over to your blog and kind of give it that authority. It's kind of like taking Wheel of Fortune and turning it into Jeopardy, where now, you're given the answer and you now have to provide the question.
So why would I write if AI is just going to take over my blog?
Faith in things to come. And this is just a personal opinion because I can't really give an answer that there's any proof behind because we don't know. For all we know, Google's going to try to make individual websites obsolete and just index everything and then produce it as its own content, which seems incredibly unfair, right? To take everybody's hard-earned work and then display it as content as if their AI has created it out of thin air. So when I say faith, I think faith in knowing that at some point people will quit producing content if there's no reason for them to create it. And if that happens, Google and ChatGPT and all the other AI sources will only have old data to pull from. They won't have anything new. And these guys that are developing it are incredibly smart. And so I think that they're fully aware that at some point they have to integrate and share the traffic with the content owners. Otherwise, they're going to deal with class action lawsuits from basically taking content they don't have permission to. And they're going to deal with no new content because people are going to create content that they block from being crawled by search engines and AI. And if that happens, their tools are going to become obsolete. I say have a little faith because if they're short-sighted on it, they're going to say, well, I'm not going to do that because there's no benefit to me. And right now, there's really not a whole lot of benefit. But in the long term, that model is not sustainable. You can't continually steal content and not have the people creating the content just stop. And so they're going to have to figure out a better way to do this. Otherwise, they are going to become obsolete and they're only going to be showing old data.
Okay, but will people still view my website?
They won't physically view your site, which is interesting, right? They won't click through, but Google Analytics will still track it. So if you go on Google Analytics, which will tell you everybody who's visited your site and where they came from, right now, everybody's direct traffic is skyrocketing. So Google registers that as direct traffic, even though they never hit your website. And then referral traffic from organic, social, things like that, that's all going way down. So clients are telling us, hey, what's up? All the work you're doing on SEO isn't working. It's all going down. But look, our direct traffic is up. People are just knowing our brand. And I'm like, yeah, if you're found in AI, then that direct traffic is what is being displayed in Google in real time. I think that's how Google's trying to get around people that say, hey, you stole my content, because they're like, no, look, we just embedded your page here and we put a link down at the bottom of where we found it, but they are showing it in a way that is not promoting people's websites very well. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, check us out at raptordigitalmarketing.com.